G'day and welcome to another Visions of Chaos tutorial. This tutorial is going to cover how you can create your own LoRAs to customize the visual style of your Animate Diff prompt travel movies. The first thing you need is a series of images to train your LoRA model from. A good general rule seems to be that if you are training based on a specific person, you want between 15 and 20 images of the person in various poses. If you want to create more of a style LoRA, like watercolor images or 16mm grainy film footage, then you want around 50 images. The images do not all have to be the same size. Put them all into a directory by themselves. For this tutorial, I want to show you how to create a new LoRA that has a specific style, and then how you can use it to stylize an Animate Diff prompt travel movie. The style is going to be felt pen drawings. You can always download images you find through search engine image searches, or extract frames from a movie to get that movie visual style. But for this example, I'm going to use the text-to-image mode in Visions of Chaos to generate our training images. Okay, and so we start the text-to-image mode. And I am going to change this into the playground V2 script. We set the prompt to a felt pen drawing, and to generate 50 images of this, we want to use the batch mode. So click batch, current prompt, because we want to use the current prompt for all 50 images. The defaults are fine. It'll ask us how many images. We want 50. Click OK, and off it goes, and it will generate 50 images for us. And they will all be different because the seed is changed each time a new image is created. Playground V2 is fairly quick, even on this older 3090 I'm using. It's taking 28 seconds per image, and that's at 1024 by 1024 resolution. So it's got an estimated time left of 23 minutes. So I'm just going to let this run, and I'll be back once it's finished. Okay, so once the batch is done, it will automatically open the folder and you can see the 50 images. A few examples, it seems we've got some faces and landscapes and some city scenes, except they've all got that same basic style to them of a black outline and some fairly bright flat colors. That will hopefully be the style that our trained LoRA can give us in an Animate Diff prompt travel movie. In order to train a LoRA, you need to caption the images with what is in each image. You could always do this by hand by making a text file that matches the image names and then describing the image contents, although that becomes very tedious and we all have better things to do with our time. So for this purpose, we can use an automated image caption utility. So to caption the images, we start the Koya SS mode. Click Start. And once that loads, click Utilities up at the top, and then we want WD14 captioning. And under the image folder to caption, click this button and select the folder with our felt pen images. And then we have to set the prefix here as our LoRA keyword. The keyword is a unique word that activates the style when the LoRA is used, so use a unique non-dictionary word. For our case, I will use felt pen, except I will replace the E's with the digit 3. So it's going to be F3LTP3N. So what that does is it adds that keyword to the start of each of the detected captions it creates. And so then when we train the LoRA, that then becomes the keyword. So once that is set, you just click Caption Images. And you can have a look at the stats in the main Visions of Chaos settings window here. Okay, so once that reports it is done, if we have a look at those images, they now have got a text file next to each one with the same name. And if we open it up, that has a description of what the captioning detected within the image. And they all start with our unique keyword, felt pen. So these images and captions are now ready to use to train a LoRA. Now, to train the actual LoRA itself, we use the one trainer mode. So start that. In this first drop down, select SD 1.5 LoRA. That just sets some settings up for us to train a LoRA. Next, we click on Concepts and Add Concept. And then click this here. And then next to Path, click this Browse button and select your folder with the captioned images. And click OK. And then all you have to do is click Start Training. Nothing else is needed. And again, if you look at the main Visions of Chaos window, you can get some extra stats. There are also stats down here for the step and the epoch. So once it loads the model, this is a slightly older machine that I'm recording this on. It's only got a 3090 graphics card. Okay, so it's off and running. And so you will see it does 12 steps per 100 epochs until it's done. So we'll just wait for that to finish. Okay, so once that gets to 100 out of 100 and it says stopped here, the LoRA training is done. As you might notice up here, it'll say a Git error of some sort. You can ignore that, that's fine. Okay, so the folder the LoRAs are created under is sort of buried down deep, but follow along here. So it's C users, it's your username, then the app data folder, then roaming, then Visions of Chaos, then examples, machine learning, one trainer again, workspace, run, backup, and then it will be the most recent folder and under the LoRA folder. And so you will then see this LoRA.safeTensors. And so for our purposes, I will just rename this. Let's say felt pen drawing. And I also put an underscore character and the keyword so that when someone uses it or when we use it, we know at a glance what the keyword was we used. And now copy that, and we want to put that under the machine learning. So go back up a few levels, animate diff prompt travel, animate diff CLI prompt travel, data, models, LoRA. And you will see the other LoRAs that I already include with Visions of Chaos in there. So we'll just paste ours into the same folder. Okay. Close that now. Can stop, close that. Okay, so now we start the animate diff prompt travel mode. Movie generation, animate diff prompt travel. And for a reference, let's just generate the default settings with the fractals prompt. I'll just do 100 frames, so that's a little bit quicker. And let's go. And this is the result for that default fractal setting. Now let's use the LoRA we trained to apply that felt pen style. So we click on Add LoRA, find the felt pen drawing, and we have to copy the keyword, put that into the tail prompt, and again, just click Generate and wait for it to finish. And here is the result afterwards by using our felt pen LoRA. You can see that style now of the black outlines and the flat brighter colors has really come through. One tip that we can also try is to change the weight. LoRAs have a weight value which influences how much they affect the outcome. So if we thought the last one was too intense, we can drop it down to say 0.5. Let's see what that does. And this is the result with the 0.5 weight. And so the LoRA style is still there, it's just not as intense as in when it was the full 1.0 weight. So if you train and test your own LoRA and you see it's either giving too much influence or not enough influence, just tweak that weight at the end of the LoRA and that should fine-tune it to your liking. Okay, let's try another example. This time let's make the prompt a futuristic cityscape. Without any LoRA. And this is a result of the futuristic cityscape prompt without the style LoRA applied. And now again, we'll add it back in. I'll leave the weight at 1.0. And this is the result applying the felt pen LoRA. Okay, let's just try one more as an example. Get rid of the LoRA again. And this time for a prompt, we'll say, a girl holding her kitten. And this is the result of that prompt without using the style LoRA. And once again, we will add the LoRA back in. And generate that. And the result of using the felt pen LoRA. So now you know how to create a LoRA to suit any style you need. I hope this tutorial helps. After you've trained a few LoRAs, you'll be doing it without this tutorial as a guide in no time. Thanks for watching.